We're back in OPBR. Now this video is especially made for my boy Goblin Fantasy that has had the patience of waiting me to upload an OPBR video. So I hope you enjoy this one, Goblin. Now as you saw before clicking the video, today's focus will be a character concept on Onigashima Sanji. And the basis for how we go about it is simple. We start off with the color and type, we move on to the stats, then to the scales 1s and 2, and then we finish things off with the character traits. So the color and type for this unit is going to be a red defender, and the way I make a decision for this is with a character board. Pretty much, to put it the best example I can, you grab a unit, let's say Sanji for this example, and we go through all of the Sanjis that we already have in the game. And as you can see, there's only 3 types of Sanji units that we do not have in the game. One is a red runner, a red defender, and a green defender. But I also added a little bit of a twist that will come in once we mention the character traits, so let's see what happens till then. Now for his stats, we have 9,400 HP, 2,300 attack, and 2,300 defense. That way we have him balanced in every single category. Now moving on to skill 1, we have Diablo Jambe. When you use this skill, you will be capable of buffing a lot of your stats, plus gaining the ability to inflict a flame to the enemies with every single attack. Then immediately after using this skill, it will transition to Flanched Strike, which is a long-range attack that hits the enemy with an increased knockback effect by 100%. The skill's attack will be 530 and the cooldown will be 15 seconds. Keep in mind that all of this is for Flanched Strike, while the Diablo Jambe state will last about 25 seconds and will have a cooldown of 45 seconds. And now coming in with skill 2, we got Ifrit Jambe, which is a mid-range attack that activates your Ifrit state. Yes, we got 2 states for this unit. Plus it increases your overall stats by a certain amount, which we'll be covering soon. The skill attack will be 415. Your Ifrit state will last about 15 seconds and the cooldown for this skill will be 60 seconds. But the skill will also have a transition. A mid-range area attack that ignores defense and hits the enemy with a 300% knockback increase, which for I can recall will be the highest knockback increase in the entire game. But not only that, it also comes with a skill attack of 730, which has to be quote-unquote balanced with a cooldown of 10 seconds. Now moving on to the last and best part of this character concept, the character traits. When in Diablo Jambe state, increase speed and damage dealt by 15%. Plus when hitting an enemy, you will inflict the status effect of a flame. Next up, anytime you knock back or flame an enemy, recover HP by 3% because you know we need them heals. Next up, every time you attack an enemy that is flamed, increase your attack by 5% up to 75%. Which to get that insane attack buff, you need to hit enemies about 15 times, which is not necessarily an easy feat in today's OPBR. Next up, when in Ifrit Jambe state, increase damage dealt and speed by 30%, plus reduce damage received from enemies by 50%, which pretty much gives him the buffs of the 3 types of units in the game. And talking about different character types, when using Ifrit Jambe, you will switch from a red defender to a blue attacker. I mean, we kinda had to do it for the blue flames, right? But yeah, adding the final touches is for this dish. At the last 60 seconds of the match, increase the cooldown of dodge by 100%. And yes, that is in relation to Sanji's new invisible speed buff. Next up, recover 10% of all damage received, and this is how we include the regeneration. Special trait: when in Diablo Jambe or Ifrit Jambe state, Reduce status effects inflicted by the enemies by 50%. Done.